I talked about Georgia's secondary a couple days ago and what the outlook was for them this year, and how a year ago, because guess what? SEC Media Days are this week. This video goes out on Sunday. It starts tomorrow. So tomorrow's Monday. Greg Sankey will address the media. A year ago, my biggest and some other people's biggest concern with Georgia was, is the secondary going to be good enough? Is this secondary going to be good enough to stop big, really, really impressive wide receiver cores like LSU, Alabama, Ohio State, etc.? And, you know, with Keely Ringo and Lewis Seen and Darian Kendrick coming, they ended up being good. So this year, what's my biggest defensive concern? It's the linebackers. The linebackers. You lose Nakobe Dean, Channing Tindall, and Quay Walker. Your entire three-man linebacker unit that was super impressive last year, that led your team in a lot of statistics. That's my biggest concern. How do you replace that production? I'm less concerned with losing Jordan Davis and Trayvon Walker and Devontae Wyatt than I am with losing Nakobe Dean and Channing Tindall and Quay Walker, because at the end of the day, I think Georgia replenishes the defensive line talent a little bit better than they replenish the linebacker talent. So let's talk about the unit a little bit. Ryan Curley from Dog Post here, talking about the linebackers for the 2022 Georgia Bulldogs. Make sure you're checking out DAWGSTRUCTION, our insider book, and make sure you're checking out our insider preview magazine. You can package them and get this free if you buy this right now. It's a limited time offer. We're running out of books, so buy them before we have to order more. Nakobe Dean was the best player on Georgia last year. All right. Maybe overall, from top to bottom football talent, he wasn't the best, but he was the best football player for Georgia last year. All right? Is that fair enough? Are you guys following? I hope you're following, because he was the most impressive. He was the linebacker of the year in college football. I thought he deserved that. I thought he almost, there wasn't this mark he had to live up to, but I thought he was almost as good as Roquan Smith was a few years back for Georgia during that 2017 year. So Dean, 72 tackles, 10.5 tackles for loss, 6 sacks. He was second on the team in tackles behind Lewis Seen. Channing Tindall was third, and Quay Walker was fourth. Nakobe Dean should have went first round, ended up falling to the third to the Eagles, joins Jordan Davis. Quay Walker, a little bit of a reach on him, goes first round to the Packers, and Channing Tindall went third round, exactly where I thought he should go, to the Miami Dolphins. They were everything for that team last year, man. That was a super important linebacker group. So Jalen Carter, Zion Logue, those guys, I'm not as concerned about them. Now, I do think that there's a lot of talent for who Georgia's replacing them with. We saw at G-Day, it looks like Jamon Dumas-Johnson and Tresvant Marshall might be the people manning the middle. I'm more confident in Jamon Dumas-Johnson, otherwise known as Pop, that they call him on the team. I'm more confident in him. But Tresvant Marshall, a guy that's been around a long time, came here in 2019, went to Athens in 2019, so it's go time for Tresvant Marshall. Had a lot of injury issues, but he looked really fast on the field at G-Day. Younger guys, MJ Sherman and Smile Mondon. Even younger guy, Jalen Walker. Those are some other linebacker names that you're going to see in the mix here. Now, I think, I hate saying this, but I think it's Georgia's weakest unit. I think it's their weakest unit. I hate to say this, but I think the offensive line is going to be really good. I think the running backs will be just fine. The wide receivers, the tight ends are impressive. The quarterbacks are good. So I would rank this the weakest unit, because I'm kind of not counting Nolan Smith and Robert Beal as, I count them more as edge rushers, even though they're going to move over a little bit and they're going to play a little bit of traditional linebacker, but I kind of count them more as edge rushers / defensive ends. But yeah, I mean, it's at the end of the day, they're linebackers too. But that's and let's not forget that Adam Anderson out of the picture, out of the middle of the year. So there's a lot of guys for this Georgia Bulldog linebacker unit that they're just missing. So yeah, the younger guys. Someone I think is going to play a lot is Chaz Chambliss. Is this a bad unit? No, that is not at all what I'm saying. It's not a bad unit, but this is a unit that just lost tons and tons of experience. I mean, I'm not going to do the quick math, but 72 tackles, 67 tackles, 65 tackles. 3 of the top 4 guys, that was Tindall, Quay Walker, and Nakobe Dean. You lose 9 sacks out of that. You lose 2 interceptions out of that. You lose 3 forced fumbles out of that just from last year alone. The talent that they're bringing up is there, but they are completely unproven compared to what these guys are. Jamon Dumas-Johnson had that interception, but doesn't have a lot of playing time. All right, he's got some garbage time. Trezor Marshall has barely any playing time. Smile Mondon and MJ Sherman mostly special teams. So it's a new world for those guys, and it's a new linebacker unit for Georgia. I don't think they're bad, but I think I would call this the most concerning group for Georgia, just as far as how unproven they are, and that's how we felt about the secondary last year, and they ended up being just fine, so maybe they will be just fine again. Let me know what you think. Am I wrong about this? DAWGSTRUCTION, Insider Preview Magazine. I'm sorry, I feel like it's obvious I don't feel well. I went skydiving today, and my equilibrium is out, and I'm out on this video.